Kenyans will continue to pay more for power due to the heavy investment that is going into generation, transmission, distribution of electricity, even as the country transitions to clean energy. Kenya Power Managing Director Joseph Siror says consumers are paying 30 shillings per kilowatt hour, which is relatively high, but as the country moves to retire expensive thermal plants, the cost of power will come down.
Kenya's current installed capacity is at 3,162 megawatts with a peak demand of 2,169 megawatts as of June 2023. The country is tweaking its energy mix in favor of more renewable and green energy. About 93% of the national grid is produced from renewable energy, including geothermal, wind and hydro energy. The government aims to transition power generation to 100% clean and affordable sources by 2030 through public-private partnerships.
We have private sector participation, especially in the generation front. All the new PPAs which are being signed, the power purchase agreements, the last one to be signed of thermos was 2012. That is 11 years ago. So this is really an intentional direction. It's not accidental, and we'll continue seeing that percentage increasing with the passage of time.
Kenya Power Managing Director Joseph Siror revealed that consumers are paying more for electricity due to the heavy investment that goes into generation, transmission, distribution, and retailing of power, adding that investors have to recoup their monies.
If you look at some of these investments, they are going to benefit the country for many decades to come. So that is to say that you've invested now, but in not long from now, that investment will be recovered. And at the point when that investment will be recovered, then of course there is that hope that the costs are going to come down.
He says to make electricity more affordable to Kenyans, the country needs to speed up efforts to displace expensive and dirty thermal power from the grid. Power is currently retailing at 30 shillings per kilowatt hour, which Sirol admits is relatively high as compared to some other countries.
These thermal plants, and of course in their place we have the geothermal, or rather the green resources, which are cheaper. We foresee a situation where they are no longer going to be dispatched, and thus the costs are actually going to come down. So yes, it is true, relatively you could say it is expensive, but again, if you look at other parts of the country, or rather the world, there are places where per kilowatt hour is about 80 cents of a dollar.
Weri Mujenga for Prime Edition.